Hey, I thought we're doing an introductory clip. You look like you have other plans.
I know, I spotted this little cabin looking thing and I see that the door's open.
Oh, clearly that means we're welcome to go in, right? Clearly.
That or they just leave the door open. Don't come in here.
Is this gonna make me want an office?
Don't come in here unless you want to build a timber frame.
Okay.
This is one of their concrete countertops they make. They have a concrete countertop class.
Yeah.
So this was one of their countertops they made to fit the corner.
Yep. I think it's good we don't live here. I think this would be
We spend all of our money on education and never build anything. Look at this little loft.
the yoga loft.
The yoga loft. You could be making a sleeping loft. Then you can put your kitchen
Yep.
and bedroom down here, or living room, or office, or.
So this morning in class, looks like we're gonna do sharpening.
Yeah.
So we brought our chisels.
Yep, we're gonna learn how to kind of get all the surfaces flat first, I think, and then how to put an insane edge, an insane by American standards edge.
Yeah.
For the Japanese folks out there, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but we're told that it's sharp enough.
Turns out we're starting in the workshop.
Yeah, oops. Well, everybody had the same idea, so.
Here, and the guide rolls back and forth on.
This is a very predictable way of doing it. We've been able to get consistent results from a wide range of people regularly. A pretty fine bevel at the tip, but and you do want to use the entire surface of
Right, standard is the goal. Number 2.
All right, we waited until we got instructions, and so I need to go kind of purchase a couple of different tools. And I'm really glad that we waited to purchase this stuff because, as was mentioned in our instructions, there's a million ways to skin a cat and sharpen a chisel. But these methods that these folks are sharing are meant to just give you the most consistent results possible. And I think when you're an owner builder, that's really all you're after. I mean, you could spend the rest of your life debating the physics of sharpening steel, but really this class is designed to teach you how to build a house, not how to become a philosophical authority on chisel honing and sharpening. So I'm gonna go grab a couple things really quick. What we ended up purchasing was a honing guide from Veritas, and then a total of 3 stones, and the grits are 220, 1000, and 4000. And what I like about the workshop is that they've got years and years and years with these tools. They are pretty savvy when it comes to knowing what works and helping you find a way to make what you have work. So you don't need $900 in chisels to build a timber frame, which is kind of common knowledge, but they have a fantastic skill for taking, older tools and turning them into something useful. And what I appreciate here is when I purchase something and spend a considerable, investment in tools, I don't feel like I'm going to come back and return those items and be frustrated. So we're setting the width of the chisel, and that makes sure that it lines up with the wheel on the bottom,
Okay.
and it's in the right position to be sharpened.
So that's 2 inch. This is at 25 degrees
Okay,
on gold.
good.
This is set to 2.
Yep, and then let's make sure that the knob on the side over here is set to 12 o'clock.
I think it needs to go wider. So like that, I guess.
So turn it over so you can see.
Let me go find some water for you.
Okay, thank you. There you go, very nice.
So you can see where the micro bevel is, and the line's actually going to work its way up.
Yep, hold on. It's already moving, I can see it.
I can see it too.
Yep, cool.
So apparently you want your stone wet. Like wet. I've been working on this for what, 45 minutes?
Probably, yeah, 30
minutes, and I'm not quite halfway done, but my hands are hurting, so Jesse's gonna take over.
My turn.
I don't know if we've said this, but there's definitely pros and cons to sharing a set of tools. On one hand, we don't get as much experience as other people, but on the other hand, that frees one of us up to go see what other students are doing.
True.
And that's really valuable too.
Yeah,
Because-
everybody's had a different experience.
Yeah.
Some people bought antique tools and brought them,
Yep.
and then other people bought tools here, and there's a couple,
Yep.
3 different brands, Japanese and
Yep,
Sorbis
exactly,
and
yep.
bars, and every one of them has sharpened different from what I can
Yeah.
see.
Jesse finished our 2-incher and is on to the 1.5-incher, and I am going to take a finer stone to this.
So you're gonna work on 1,000 grit. This is 220 grit. Yeah.
Do you know which one's yours?
Yep, I marked it.
You did.
On the side somewhere.
Most everyone is on their first one still. Most.
Really?
Yep. So. Taking a forced lunch.
Yeah, they're making us get the heck out of here. So what was it like sharpening chisels for an entire morning?
It was okay. I'd say we don't feel as tired as other people because we're sharing the work, but I think it's just something that takes time. I think there's definitely a technique to it, which I feel like everyone learns pretty quick.
I think it's good to learn the value of a sharp tool.
Yeah.
That way when you have a sharp tool,
Yep.
you understand the amount of labor that went into getting it that way. And I think also understanding what a truly sharp tool looks and feels like. So the chisels we purchased, we were told when we purchased them, oh, you don't need to sharpen them, they're sharp.
Yes.
Is that now your impression? What's your impression of that?
I mean, I guess it'd be interesting to do like a cut with them after we buy them, and then a cut after we sharpen them. But I can totally see how we're sharpening for like hours on one chisel.
Well, and we're doing the rough sharpening, so we're basically getting the chisel fine-tuned, and then in theory you have to just maintain the edge.
Yep.
Right, so we're basically flattening the sharpening edge, which if you don't drop or chip your chisel, you shouldn't really ever have to do again.
Yeah.
But if you don't do that to begin with, you're never going to get a truly flat edge.
Yep.
So what are we going to do? Use the little girl's room?
Yep.
Kind of tour the campus a little bit? Kind
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Check out some of the structures around here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool architecture.
Yep.
That's a lot of part of our class, so it'd be fun to go check all that stuff out.
Here's kind of a fun map they have here of where their students come from. Let's see if anyone's attended this class from my hometown. Palmdale, California. Nope. So I think we're gonna just practice layout the rest of the afternoon. I don't think we're gonna get to cutting.
I don't know. I think we can get some of our chisels sharpened this afternoon too, so
Possibly.
that'll be really nice. And then we get to cut more stuff, make wood things.
And, yeah.
Number 6, Jesse
Jesse.
and Alyssa.
Who's left? 1, 2, 3. Chris. So you're doing the beam that is going to be fitting into all 3 of these. And that's like 5 times more work than any one of these. We're going to have that big beam coming in here. So we have to be sure that there are no knots in this area.
So we are assigned to number 6 post over here, and so what we're looking for is a post that has one bad side. The other 3 sides need to look pretty good. A corner post can have 2 bad sides because it's going in the corner. You always want to put the ugly against the wall so it's hidden. So everybody's kind of looking for those posts, and there's teams of people working on each post, about 2 people per post. So our frame design is laid out on a compass. So we're marking the bottom of the post clearly, and then we're also marking the compass orientation on the post so that we understand which face we're looking at and working on. And super important because on the other side of the post, if we're looking at it from the top and we're walking back and forth left to right, those orientations can get confusing and pretty soon you're cutting the wrong joint. So we're ready to begin laying out the cuts for our post, and we're going to be only measuring one side and one corner, and we're going to make all of our markings on this one face, and then where needed we're going to transfer those markings around the beam with our framing square. 30,000 sharpenings like this.
Yep.
Hold on, look here.
Totally. I was poking myself in the boob.
But wait, look, I'm stretched out like this, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's all hunched over like this, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, hey, Blueberry, can I do it like this? She's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, Blueberry, I'm holding a chisel right now. It's not a good idea to tell me these things. And you can take your thumb and push down into the stone.
Sweet. Okay.
Right?
So now it's going a lot better.
I'm like, and it's not hitting me in the face, and I can stand a lot closer to it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the blade. I'm looking at it right now. And I can get it right to the edge of the stone.
Okay.
Anyway, just, you know, it's a life changer. After you've sharpened one of these chisels, you'll totally understand what we're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like finding out you can use a jet airplane instead of walking.
Did Jesse share something that he was doing that was working?
Yes, one is reversing the way that we're holding the, I don't even know what this, the guide.
Yeah.
And then putting it up on a block definitely
Really?
helped.
That alone?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Both of those tips really helped us, for
Yeah.
sure. It just, I think it's better on your fingers. You know, I think you got a lot more force with pushing down on it with your thumbs rather than your fingers. And it just, you know, it just seems to go a lot easier, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Progress is a lot faster.
So I'm done marking 3 sides of my beam or post. Now I think it's time to make Jesse do it. Jesse, ready?
Yeah, look at this. Look at the difference. That's getting to be like surgically sharp.
Wow, yeah. Ooh.
Don't touch this with your hands. It's so sharp.
I think we should make everyone stand in the line and we're all gonna shave our arms.
Hold
Ready?
on, look.
Hold on, wait. Okay.
I haven't even taken the burr off the back yet. So what do you got to teach me?
So now we're gonna flip it and we're gonna do the last bowl of mortise and tenon.
Okay, cool.
So basically we have to flip this over, transfer some lines. We're done.
Okay.
We're almost there.
Wow. Beautiful. Wow, that's challenging, isn't it?
It is. Just getting ready to clean those edges out here.
Take it back a few more times, make sure it's totally flat. So again, all we're doing is knocking off.
Moving the burr back, basically.
Yep, we're just gonna get rid of it.
Yep. So we're showing you a before and after on bar chisels.
Before, after.
Yep.
That's
Can you see
crazy.
the shine,
Heck
the sheen? This chisel has over 4 hours of sharpening into it. And this is the one I tried to use in the video that wouldn't cut. If you could see the edges, I don't even know if you can get the camera from around here. And then just look at the edge, you know, from the front.
Oh wow, yeah, well.
You can see the thickness of the edge on this one compared to that one. I mean, that thing is like a razor sharp. So today turned out to be 8 straight hours of chisel sharpening for this guy. And I'll say this, I learned the value of sharpening a tool and how to take care of it. But I do feel like we got behind in class today. So a lesson I learned today is you need to speak up to your instructors because you need them to guide you. We're students, and I guess I felt like the class got ahead of us. A little frustrating. So anyway, today turned into 8 hours of chisel sharpening for me. I feel very in touch with my chisels now. I still feel that I learned a lot about chiseling today, even if I wasn't the one pounding away with the chisel. Well, yeah.
I've pounded away with dull chisels before, so I guess in a way if our chisels aren't sharp, like I kind of get the gist of chiseling.
Yeah. No, it was actually fun to watch because you can tell who sharpened their chisels and who didn't. I can tell you that right now. I got to watch people because I'm just like this for 7 straight hours. And I could see the difference between sharp chisels and not, especially when people got into kind of twisted grain. But yeah, you know, not having 2 sets of tools of everything, I don't know. I don't think there's it's worth spending all that money because we don't need them in the long run. So it would literally be for the class. We'd be spending $400, $500, $600 on tools. That said, sharpening these chisels, this is the first time they've been sharpened. So this is not a constant problem. This is a problem once. And we did learn to sharpen them extremely sharp. So you don't have to do that, but it's one of those things. We didn't come here to learn how to do the basics. We came here to learn how to do it well.
To master an art. I mean, it's naive to think that we'll master an art in one class, but...
Well, you learn the little nuances. Like when we take a class or we pay someone for education, it's not that we're confused about how it all works. We're paying them for the little tiny nuggets of gold that have been keeping us from reaching our goals. And we are getting those.
And despite frustrations of the day of feeling like we're kind of behind, we're still getting a lot of value.
Yeah, and we'll catch up. I mean, tomorrow morning we'll have some blistering sharp chisels. So assuming I can even get out of bed tomorrow, I'm super excited to work on making sawdust with Alyssa. We got crazy sharp chisels. For the record, for those who are curious, the difference between a 1,000 grit and a 4,000 grit is a lot. It's like the difference between being able to shave your arm and not. Anyway, so sharp chisels. Tomorrow we get to make more sawdust. We're going to be cutting joinery for the next day and a half. Otherwise, we're going to wind down tonight. We have been on the run. So we're going to get some rest, get some food, and we'll catch up tomorrow.